never thought my home could be unsafe. It was just a simple house in a quiet suburban neighborhood, the kind of place where everyone knew each other's names and left their doors unlocked at night. When my parents left town for the weekend, leaving me alone for the first time at 17, I was excited. Finally, the whole house was mine. At first, everything was normal. I spent the evenings watching TV, playing games, and enjoying the silence. But on the second night, something changed. It was just after midnight when I heard it. A faint thump coming from the ceiling above me. I paused the show, listening carefully. Another soft thump followed, then a dragging sound, slow, deliberate, and close. It wasn't loud, but it was enough to make my heart skip a beat. I told myself it was probably just an animal, maybe a raccoon or a squirrel, trapped somewhere in the attic. Our attic wasn't supposed to be used for anything but storing old boxes and insulation, but curiosity got the better of me. I found the attic hatch in the hallway ceiling and pulled it open. Dust billowed out as the stale air rushed past me. I unfolded the ladder and climbed up, flashlight in hand. The attic was a cramped, dark space filled with spiderwebs, wooden beams, and broken boxes. The flashlight beam revealed nothing moving, only silence and dust. Still, the noises kept coming over the next few nights. Sometimes it was faint dragging or tapping. Other times the sound of breath, slow and heavy, almost like someone was breathing right above me. One night I woke up gasping. It wasn't the cold. It was the whisper. A voice, soft, raspy, barely audible. "I see you." The words seemed to crawl through the floor vent near my bed. I could feel the hair on my arm standing straight up. I didn't dare move. The next morning, I started to notice strange things. The hallway closet door was slightly open. It usually stayed shut tight. I'd never been inside the closet ceiling hatch before. I climbed up on a chair and opened it. Inside was the crawlspace, a tiny, dusty space barely big enough to crawl through. I shone my phone flashlight inside. What I saw made my blood run cold. A dirty blanket, torn and stained, lay crumpled in the corner. Nearby were empty food wrappers, candy bars, some old sandwich bags, and scattered across the floor were photos. Photos of me. Sleeping, I dropped the flashlight and it clattered loudly in the dark. That's when I realized I was not alone. I ran outside and called the police. They arrived quickly and searched the crawlspace thoroughly. The officers found clear evidence that someone had been living there for weeks. The blanket, the food wrappers, and the photos were all proof. The intruder had been sneaking down while I was at school, watching me, possibly entering my room while I slept. The thought made my skin crawl. Someone had invaded the most private part of my life, hiding just above my head. The police told me it was likely a mentally unstable person, a stalker who had somehow gained access to the crawlspace and lived there unnoticed. But they never caught him. Despite searching the entire neighborhood and checking surveillance cameras, there was no trace of who he was. After that, I couldn't stay in that house. The feeling of being watched was suffocating. I moved out the following week, leaving behind my childhood home and the nightmare that had taken root inside it. Even now, years later, whenever I hear a creak or a whisper in the dark, I remember those words from the vent, the voice I can never forget.